right, people. Today's video will be called Dericing the American Roads. Diversify, unify, dericify. Now, we all know what I'm talking about with these ricers, these cars. What I like to call rice are these like import cars. These 4-cylinders, 2.2-liter engines, you know, with their big souped-up spoiler, 12-foot high, look like a circus vehicle, right? Their little shitty-ass high-performance exhaust on a 4-cylinder that still sounds like a fucking moped. You know what I'm talking about? They sound like a vacuum cleaner, and these nerds driving by, they sit like this, like they all cool and this and that. You're being laughed at by us. You know why? Because you aspire. You aspire to drive an American muscle car. But you couldn't afford one, so what you did, you bought yourself a $2,000 car, and you put $4,000 into the goddamn kit, engine, whatever, or the paint, bond, or whatever, and you aspire to think you have a real car, when it sounds like a blender, when it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. It sounds like a moped. A Honda, remember the little Honda moped back in the day? A Pook, whatever, Puck, whatever. That's what it sounds like. You aspire to have an American racing machine, but you can't afford one. So therefore, you rendered yourself looking like a damn idiot, driving a car like this, big fin in the back, piss poor exhaust, so it's fast. It's a 1,000-pound vehicle, whatever. It's fast. Guess what? It's straight garbage. We laugh at you. You are the joke. We are the audience. Dericify American roads. It's an embarrassment. See the little tin bucket with bolts driving down the road. Yeah, sound like a goddamn vacuum cleaner. But y'all think you're cool driving them now. Be like, we got ourselves a little rice, and they pull up next to you, looking at you like they something like this and that. Little they know, a cat like me, you look at a cat like me, I'm jumping out that car. I'm jumping out that car. I ain't into racing cars. I didn't buy my beast of a car, which is 2008 SRT8 Street Racing Technology Dodge Truck. I didn't buy that car because it's fast. I bought it because I like the way it looks. Classic, luxury, and it's a beast. That's what it is. It epitomizes everything about me. Classy, luxury, and a beast, and a muscle car. That's why I bought it. I ain't looking into racing. That ain't me. I bought it because I like the way it rides, like the way it feels, like the way it looks. And while you're getting stared at for all the wrong reasons, I'm getting stared at for all the right reasons. The ricer. The daily life of a ricer.
Well, let's see. We'll buy this $2,000 Honda import car, and we'll put about $4,000 into it, put a bunch of stickers on it, and just rub it.
That's what you're doing. And you think you look cool driving them things. A ricer. And y'all think you're cool driving them cars. You aspire to have a car like mine. Hell, you even aspire to have a Camaro. You aspire to have a Mustang. You aspire to have an American muscle car. That's what you want. But you can never get one. Because you ain't man enough to drive one of them cars. So you drive a bitch car. Because that's what these ricers are. They're bitch cars. They ain't no manly car. They're petite cars. Usually, the previous owner was a woman. That's what you're driving. A woman's car, a bitch car. That's what you're driving. But you think you toughen it all up now. And see, here's the funny thing. Do you realize when you put these high-performance exhaust parts on there, it's just a waste of money? It sounds worse than they already did before. I mean, did you ever hear one of them go, sounds like a goddamn blender. It don't sound intimidating. You see that big shiny muffler on the back, and you generally see these people driving these cars, right? They're all 5'8", 140-pound nerds, this and that. Mommy and daddy gave them the money, or if they had money, this and that, they made a stupid, foolish decision to buy a piece of shit car like that, what I call a bucket of bullets. So you ricers, I want to de-rice the American roads. They're an eyesore on society. And they pollute the air with not only pollution, but noise. The noise pollution. Because no one wants to hear that. Now I realize you aspire to have a good sounding car like the Dodge Charger, or even a Mustang or Camaro. We'll throw them a little dap in this thing. Look, I can appreciate you want to build your car up. But at some point in time, you got to say to yourself, enough is enough. We look like total idiots out there driving these goddamn bitch cars. Because that's what a ricer is. It's a bitch car. It's not a man's car. I mean, I see people telling me, well, I can run a quarter in 10 seconds. Good. Good, run your quarter in 10 seconds. Because we don't want to see you. Run your quarter in your little 10 seconds. We'll be laughing. Did you see that fool in that car? Did you see that little thing going on the street? You see that cute sounding exhaust? You aspire to drive what I drive. So bottom line, the ricer wants to be an American muscle car, but they weren't allowed in the club. So what do? They go out and Buy a $2,000 car, put $4,000 in it, therefore they got a $6,000 piece of shit. That's what a ricer is. It's garbage. So, point being, diversify, unify, dericify. The roads must be clean. Dericifying the roads of dericifying the roads of America. That's what we need to do. There should be, if I ever become president of the United States, I will impose a public tax on these people that drive these cars, and I will charge them with willingly driving an air pollution vehicle on the road, a danger to society, because that's what it is. A ricer is a danger to society. Did you see that dude that drove by the other day in that ricer? I sounded like a moped. Even the cameraman's laughing at you. And if this guy can laugh at you, that's sad. Because he ain't got no room to laugh at anybody. You don't. You really don't. So, dericify the American roads. Put your little money into your little vehicles. At some point in time, you will see an American muscle car owner. He will drive down the road and he will give you a stern look in the eye. You will not acknowledge him. You will turn your head to the side. You will know why he did that. Because he thinks you're trash and your car's garbage. That's why he did it. Yeah? I'd be pissed too if I had to drive around. You know, it's got to suck. You know, and on the real, it has to suck knowing that you have this car, that you cannot make it sound like a man. You can't make it growl or nothing like that. It's like, you can't make it sound intimidating. That's got to be the worst thing for you right now. You cannot make that car sound good no matter what you do to it. I'm surprised you guys didn't record an exhaust coming out of a street racing technology charger. I'm surprised you didn't record that exhaust and play it through your speakers. I mean, that would be your best bet to make it sound good at least. You certainly ain't going to get out of that goddamn fucking lawnmower engine, Briggs & Stratton engine, whatever the fuck you got running there.
Oh, but it does a quarter mile in 10 seconds.
Good, good. As far as the quicker you can get away from us real people, the better off you'll be. Trust me on that. Trust me, you don't want to see us angry. Because to tell you what, the ricer cars are garbage. Anything else? That's about it. So, just gotta accept it. I'm dericifying the American roads.